Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt Legends Unite, and today I'm gonna be doing an overview of the new season that just began today, and that's of course the back to school season. Now, it is a short one, but it does bring a whole bunch of activities to take care of, and we're gonna be having a look at the special events, the burst of speed, even the new car hunt, as well as checking the contents of the Unite Pass to try to decide if it's worth going for or not. We're gonna do all of that, but before I jump into it, if you like my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button on this video, because doing that helps the channel to be discovered. The more likes a video gets, the more likely that YouTube is to recommend this to other people. So go ahead, do it for DBT. And subscribe to the channel, because hey, why not? It's free. But alright, so first things first, Unite Pass. Like I just mentioned, this is a short season. This is a 2-week season only, which already plays a big role for me to decide whether or not I would like to go premium for it. But let's have a look at the contents of the Unite Pass. We're gonna be looking at the premium lane and the free lane at the same time. So being a short one means that there's not a lot of tiers to get. You can get all the way to tier 13 and that's about it. So you're gonna be getting some tokens. In fact, I counted it and I think it's a total of 750 tokens throughout the entire Unite Pass. And in terms of what else you can get, well, as usual, you can get some currencies, some blueprints, in this case for the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT Black Series, the one in Class C that is supposed to be very strong, but it drifts horrible. As usual, fuel, trade tokens percentages, more reputation. There's also the Epic for that Mercedes-Benz. Then over here we got some blueprints for the Lamborghini Revuelto, 8 blueprints at that, which is more than the usual 5 that you get. But hey, there's that. An Epic for it, then some more wildcards, then we also have 8 blueprints for the SF90 Stradale, an Epic for it, and at the very end, you can get 35 blueprints for the Jaguar XESV Project 8. You get 35 blueprints for this. It should be enough to unlock the car, or if you already have it, well, to start it up a little bit. This was a last-minute decision by Gameloft to add this. Originally, it didn't come with this, but hey, whatever, it's there now. So, like I just mentioned, this being a short season, it's actually half the length of a regular season. So one would assume, oh, so it's gotta be half the price, right? Nah, it is $7. Normally this would cost you $10, but apparently half the length means that it gets a discount of 30%. It should be $5. For $5, I would consider it, but for $7, honestly, I know it might sound like DBT is just $2, but still, I just don't think this is worth it. Also because another peculiarity about this one is that you get less fuel than usual. Over here you can get 5 fuel, 2 over here, and 2 over here, and that is that. No more fuel, so well, yeah, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna go premium over here. Maybe I'll do it on the Switch, because that is the version of the game that I'm focusing more on. But either way, that is the Legend Pass. Now, what I'm more interested in is to show you the special events, because, oh yeah, there's 2 of them. We got one for the Lamborghini Revuelto, that's why I had it at the start of the video, and also for the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. Of course, I'm gonna go first with the Lambo, because you know I'm a Lambo fanboy, so of course. Now, I'm not gonna go and do a super dive deep into every single reward that you can get over here. I'm just gonna give you a quick overview. The main cars that you're gonna be needing for support are gonna be the Sesto Elemento, the Veneno, the... what else was it? Ah, yes, there they are. So, Lamborghini S18, Veneno, Huracan, Centenario. Those are gonna be your support cars for this particular special event. But the reality is that this event it's kinda good, it's kinda not amazing. I'll explain. There's only 9 effective stages. The last one is obviously the one of the competition to seeing what percentage you land and whatnot. Over here, if you're thinking that you're gonna get a lot of blueprints for your Lamborghini Revuelto, you're gonna be massively disappointed. Because I counted, and in total, you can get 13 blueprints for this car. 13, that's it, no more. So that's not fantastic. However, that's not to say that this is a bad event, because the reality is that for the vast majority of it, you don't really need particularly rare cars. Well, over here you get a free try of the Revuelto, but if we have a look at further stages, you can see over here, oh, Sesto Elemento, this is gonna be tough, right? Well, guess what? You actually need the Lamborghini Huracan, not the Sesto. You can drive the Sesto as a free try, but the actual car that you need for the stage is the Huracan. Let's go a little bit further, head over here. Same situation, right? The SE18, well, okay. The SE18 it's a bit of a rare car, but really the car that you need to get the rewards is the Centenario. So overall, it's not a difficult one to make progress on. So that is kind of good. And on top of that, you can get in total 6 epic import parts for the Revuelto. And towards the later stages, you can also get a few blueprints here, a few epics for, in this case, the Sexto Elemento. Over here you can get 1. And then over here you can get 1 for the SE18, 1 epic for the SE20. Not that that's insanely valuable. 1 single epic for 6-star cars, you know that it's not necessarily a ton. But hey, it's still good that you can get that. And towards the end of it, well, actually I wanted to show you the last one. In the last stage, you can get 3 additional epics, but only if you're top 1%, which means you need to have the car basically at 6 stars and almost at gold, if not gold. So at that point, what good is it? But regardless, yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Other than that, in top 5%, you get 2 blueprints, and in top 25, you get 1 blueprint. So, like I said, this is not exactly the type of event for you to start up the Revuelto. It really is more for people who already have the Revuelto and are looking for some epics, and that's my case, so that's kind of nice for me. Like I just showed you earlier, you can buy some the packs. Can I mention that I hate that you click on that thing and it no longer takes you to the packs that you clicked on? Instead, you have to look for them. They should be over here. Yeah, there it is, Revuelto pack. So this is the one that we looked at. So yeah, it is a bit of an interesting one. Again, not gonna help a lot of people in that sense, but what is worth mentioning about this in general is the tokens. You can get a pretty decent amount of tokens throughout this entire event, so I would suggest you to go for it, just, if anything, to get those tokens. And like I said, most of the cards that are needed in that event are relatively common, so you should be alright so long as you have been playing for a while. Now, the other special event is for the SF90 Stradale, and in a way it's very similar to the one of the Sexto Elemento, of the Revuelto, because it's focused on one particular car, but in fact you can get some epics in later stages. Doesn't require particularly rare cars or anything. In fact, over here, having a quick look, again, it shows you some rare cars, right? Like the 599XX, the 488 Challenge Evo, the S whatever Daytona, whatever that thing is called, I don't remember. So it shows some rare cars, but the main cars that are required over here are gonna be the J50, the LaFerrari, the FXX, FXXA, the one in Class S, but those are common cars. Now, to be fair, this event does provide you quite a bit more blueprints, which is kind of funny. Okay, I'll say why it's funny in a bit. But yeah, over here you can get a lot more blueprints. In fact, you can get a total of 42 if I did not miscount. 42 blueprints plus 6 epics for the SF90 Stradale. Now, I said that it's kind of funny because I would expect that a card that requires blueprints to unlock would be the one where they would be less giving of blueprints because, well, more blueprints you unlock. Whereas with the Revuelto, you need a key to unlock that car. So I would expect them to give more blueprints since the actual car unlock is, well, locked behind a key. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. But yeah, so you can also make a bunch of progress over here, and same situation in the last stage, top 1%, you can get 3 import parts for this, and top 5 and 25, you just get some blueprints. So there you go. Just a little bit of an overview. Again, you already have access to this, so if you want to see each one of the stages, you can go ahead and check it out. Like I said, overall, these 2 events seem more about just making some progress with common cars, getting some tokens, and in the process, maybe get some blueprints, some additional goodies for the cars that are supposed to be the event about. But alright, so that is as far as it goes with the special events. However, the other part that is interesting in this season is the Burst of Speed. I'm going to the shop to show you the Burst of Speed packs directly as opposed to showing you the Burst of Speed stages or rather the time limit event. I will show you that, but still, first, at first I was confused because this does say Burst of Speed. You get the idea, right? But this just looks like Devo packs, but no. This is the actual Burst of Speed packs with the Devo. Now, I said it in another video. I am kind of bothered about this whole thing because they changed the Burst of Speed on how it was going to be. They announced it in one way and they delivered another. In fact, let me have a look at this one first for the 110, because originally they said that this Burst of Speed was going to be about the Sexto Elemento, the Lamborghini SE20, and the Lamborghini SC18. Those were supposed to be the cars, and that was absolutely fantastic for me because all of those 3 cars are cars that I need to get blueprints for. So that sounded amazing, but now they changed it and they added the Bugatti 110 instead of the SC18, and I just checked and there's not really nowhere to get blueprints for the SC18. That isn't in one of those packs, multi-packs, so that's no thank you. But over here on the Ferrari one, We have the 488 Challenge Evo. We got the Ferrari F8 Tributo. And over here, I don't remember what it was supposed to be. Was it the SF90? I'm not sure. But it was a Ferrari, and they also changed it for a Bugatti. Why did they do that? I think it's just because they wanted to have the whole thing of having a B, A, and S car. Now, if it was the SF90 Stradale, that is actually Class S, so that would have worked. But either way, in the Lamborghini case, it wouldn't have worked, so... I gotta say, it's kind of annoying, because I would have liked for this to be the other Lambo and maybe make this a little bit cheaper, and man, I would have been a happy camper right there. And now let's have a look at the actual time-limited events for the Burst of Speed. It says that it lasts in total 13 days, and well, technically, I suppose that it's meant to be the length of the season, but either way. So, you know how this thing works. It's gonna be... You're going to be able to get tokens by beating a certain time with the cars featured in the Burst of Speed. In this case, the Sesto Elemento, the 488 Challenge Evo, which, thanks to me having them at relatively, well, not necessarily high stars, but not at basic amount of stars, or even not having them, still will allow me to get those tokens. Over here we got the SC20 and the Ferrari F8 Tributo, same thing, getting some more tokens. And finally, obviously, in classes, we're gonna have the two Bugattis, the Divo and the 110 to get a bunch of tokens. So that's kind of nice if you can beat the times. Generally speaking, these tend to be free tries, at least for the cars that have keys. The Divo is not a key car, so you don't get a free try, but the one that does need a key, the 110 does have the free try. So there you go. At least you should be able to try to get these times if you play well enough. I think for manual drivers, it should be doable. For touch drive, it's going to be more difficult. And finally, you can get the keys for the cars that require them, and that is only if you have the cars at maximum stars. We have the 488 Challenge Evo, we got the Lamborghini SC20, and finally the Bugatti 110. Again, only if you have the cars at max stars, which is going to cost you a bunch of tokens, but there you go. That is the Burst of Speed. Like I said, I'm just a little bit, quite a bit really, disappointed on the change of the cars that they originally, compared to the ones that they originally announced. It's not that I don't like the Bugattis or anything, but I wanted my Lambos, and well, it is what it is. But there's also a new car hunt. Car hunt start, McLaren 765 LT. Yeah, I don't believe this thing has gotten a car hunt. I don't even remember how you acquire this car normally. I think it was, wasn't this a car from a no, what's it called? Drab Syndicate? I think it was from a Drab Syndicate. So yeah, and now you can actually get the car through a car hunt. This is not a key car, so well, you at least can unlock it if you play hard enough to get it. So over here, this being a Class B car means that in order to get all of the packs, you need to get a certain time with a Class C and just beat the time in general. The support cars needed are going to be the Ferrari F12 TDF, which is a common car, and the Cadillac CN concept, which is sort of common so long as you've been doing those events that have been available since forever. So those are the ones that you're gonna need in order to get the additional blueprints with each one of them. Now, the one thing that I did want to mention, as you can see, I already have done some races over here, is that I realized that it's kind of not that difficult to get that time, even if you really don't want to put a lot of effort. I tried with my Rizvani Beast X, and I'm like, okay, how much effort do I need to put into finishing this race and getting the time objectives? And I realized that you need very, very little input. So this is one of those that you can almost leave the computer doing everything for you. And what I mean by that is that, check this out. So I'm in touch drive. You know that I play manual, but for this touch drive, a little bit of nitro to get out of here, a little bit of drift, and then I just go for one perfect nitro, and that's it. From here onwards, I don't really need to worry about anything else. The race is gonna finish by itself without me needing to press anything. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna win the race in first place. The other cars are gonna get past me. But the objective is to beat the time of 44 seconds, I believe. And with this, you can finish in about 40 to 41 seconds, so you don't really need to worry too much about it. So over here, I could be reading a book, I could be doing something else on my phone or on my computer, depending on where you play. I could be, doing a bunch of other things and letting this race finish itself. Or, to be honest, you could just finish it yourself. There it is, 41 seconds, so absolutely not a problem. It can do it by itself. So yeah, beat the time of 50 seconds, beat the time of 47 seconds, and beat the time of 44 seconds, and there you go. So yeah, it's a relatively easy one to do. So long as you have a car with good acceleration, you should be fine. Now, I already have a bunch of blueprints for this car because, again, since I think it was from Drab Syndicate, that's how I got a bunch of blueprints for this thing. So I didn't even realize that I had so many blueprints for this car until I did this, and I'm like, oh wait, I have 40-something blueprints. That's nice. So I'll definitely be unlocking this car, and I'm gonna try to get as much as I can from this car hunt If I could max this car, that would be dope, because honestly, I was surprised at the overall numbers for this car. Here's the general information in regards to this car. I'm gonna just go straight into the 5-star information. Where's my mouse? Oh, it doesn't show on top of this. But yeah, the 5-star information right to where my mouse is. And you can see that the top speed at 349, it's high for a Class B car. Acceleration of 80, it's normal. You know, it's not particularly amazing, but it's usable. Handling of 7 is pretty high. And Nitro of 62, it should be pretty usable. Now, regardless of the rank, what interests me more, it's the amount of blueprints that it requires, because you can see it doesn't need a ton of them. 162 blueprints total. Now, it sounds like a lot, but you know how this game can be, where much crappier cars can require insane numbers of blueprints, so 162 for this car is not that terrible. So, this is definitely a car that I would suggest going for if you have the time, if you don't have anything else to do with your tickets. And that is something else that I wanted to mention in regards to the tickets. This car hunt, obviously, like all car hunts, only it's there for a limited amount of time, a total of 8 days. So while I wanted to, you know, focus a lot on the burst of speed and whatnot, first of all, on the special events. The special event lasts for longer, and on top of that, not all the stages are unlocked right away, or then there is also the burst of speed. But once again, the burst of speed lasts even longer. That we said that it's about 13 days. So you can, I would suggest, if you're interested in this car, to go for this specific car hunt, because you have 8 days in total. Do it, and once that's done, you can focus on doing the burst of speed, and then a bunch of the stages of the special events will also be unlocked, so then you can focus on that. But yeah, I would say that this should be a priority if you're looking for a pretty decent to good Class B car. So there you go. Just wanted to give you a bit of a tour of all the new stuff that it's coming, or rather that it's already there with the new season. Now, once again, it's a short one. Once again, I don't know that I'm gonna be going premium for that Unite Pass, because it is too expensive, in my opinion, for the duration of this thing. If I was going to spend $7, I would rather spend it on the daily event pass and just do this thing easily without problems. Either way, I think I'm not gonna go premium over here. Maybe I'll do it on the Switch. I have to think about it. But alright, that's gonna do it for this video. Once again, if you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!